Welcome to Whisky News of the Week. Starting off with some exciting news from us at the Whisky List, Ardnamurchan and Adelphi Whisky are back with the announcement that they're joining our portfolio. And with a core 10-year-old expression and brand new peated Sauternes cask hitting our shores, there's no shortage of tasty drams inbound. Engineers at Macallan have announced their plans to strike starting Monday next week. The strike comes following claims that the engineers are being required to work 5-day weeks instead of the existing 4, meaning a whole extra day of work without pay. Over in America, MGP has announced a decline in sales of 19% over the past 3 months, stating that the decrease was due to anticipated falls in the demand for dark spirits produced in the US. It represents an overall shift in consumer habits as backed up by data from the Wine and Spirits Wholesalers of America. In Ireland, whisky distillery Connacht, based in County Mayo, has changed their name to Ballina in advance of releasing their first 2 single malt expressions. Owned by the same company as Scotland's Tullibardine, the distillery has had a full rebrand over the past year. Their new releases include a double distilled and a triple distilled whisky, both with sherry cask finishing. After 10 years releasing award-winning whisky, indie bottler Chapter 7 has gone into liquidation. Citing cash flow issues, falling global demand, and an inability to source new funding, the company has managed to sell the trade branding for Chapter 7, and they are organising stock for liquidators. And it's not whisky related, but story broke over the weekend that Campari's Italian owners are being investigated for tax fraud, with authorities seizing nearly 1.3 billion euros worth of shares. New whiskies announced this week. Macallan's 4th edition of a Night on Earth series has been revealed. This one is called The First Light, inspired by the first sunrise of the year, which due to time zones occurs in New Zealand. Indie bottler The Heart Cut has bottled a taste of the Pacific Northwest with their 20th release, a single malt from Westland Distillery. Ben Romack Distillery has released a 22-year-old whisky in collaboration with indie bottler Wu Dram Clan out of Germany. It's the first partnership with an external IB since the distillery was purchased by Gordon and MacPhail back in 1993. Michter's have just released their 20-year-old expression, with the bottles hitting the shelf in the US this week. Melburnians were the first to taste it, though, with a bottle of the whisky on pour at an event by Goodwater Bar this past Wednesday. And Bowmore has announced that their ultra-rare Arc 54 single malt is now available for purchase through NFT. Utilizing blockchain and NFC technology, the 54-year-old single malt, which was bottled in collaboration with Aston Martin, is hoping to create a collectible online experience, not just a physical one. And that's been your Whisky News of the Week.